Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey, hey. Hope y'all having a good night or a good morning so far, whatever you consider this time. I'm going to be doing a sign reading. So I'm going to shuffle these cards up and we're going to get right into it. Y'all already know. Whatever sign comes out during the shuffle, that will be the sign I will be doing a reading for. Take whatever resonates and leave the rest. Please like, share, and subscribe as well. But yeah, one time for the one time, and we're going to get right into this thing. All right, let's see. Spirit, who could this reading be for? Who could this reading be for, Spirit? Who could this reading be for? Who could this reading be for? So we got Taurus. So this is going to be a reading for the sign of Taurus. We got the Hierophant in the upright that came out. So Taurus, you could be a part of a religious group or a social group or a society. You could believe in marriage and commitment. So you could have strong religious beliefs. You could be someone who has faith. You could stand strong in your faith. So we got transition in the upright. So you could be transitioning when it comes to your beliefs. So if you were in a society or a part of a social group who didn't believe in traditional values, you could be transitioning to actually believe in traditional values. So you could be making this transition and it could be calmer waters for you. You could be healing at this time. So if you were someone who didn't have traditional values, you could have had to heal yourself to really understand, educate yourself, get knowledge when it comes to religious beliefs. So you could be making progress. You could be moving on from being non-traditional to traditional. So you could be getting relief from someone as well. You could be moving on from an Aquarius. You could be traveling away from this person as well. Now, this could be someone who you were married to. So if you were stuck in a marriage with an Aquarius, you could be escaping this marriage. Maybe you felt like you had to be stuck to this person, stayed in a marriage with this person because of your religious beliefs or the tradition of your family. And then we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So you could have fire in your chart, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. You could have been indecisive on making this choice of divorcing an Aquarius. Now, you could feel like you missed opportunities because you were indecisive on making this decision, transitioning. So you could feel like you wasted your potential being with this person. You could be feeling like they're infertile as well. So this could be someone that has a hard time getting pregnant. And then we got the Queen of Swords in the upright. Now, If this isn't you, Taurus, that's making this decision, it could be the Aquarius that is wanting to make the transition to divorce from you. So they could be honest. They could be being honest with you, communicating with you about them wanting to be independent, be on their own. So they could be being realistic. Maybe they're feeling like it's just not working out for them, or like you guys just don't fit anymore. Things just aren't working. So they could be being realistic and wanting to move on. What else from my Taurus spirit? What else for Taurus? Any more, plenty more. What's the tea for me, for we? What's the tea for my Taurus's spirit? So we got death in the reverse. So you could have felt like you had the inability to move forward with this Aquarius. So maybe you both could be realizing that you're just not happy anymore in this marriage. Maybe you guys both feel like you guys don't have the ability to move forward while in this marriage. Maybe it's been too much that happened in this marriage to make y'all feel like it's just no way for y'all to continue on with this marriage. There could have been a lot of negative patterns going on. Someone resisting to change, whether you, Taurus, or this Aquarius energy, but it could be you. So one could be more religious than the other. Someone could have been dependent upon the other as well. And maybe that's why they felt like they had the inability to move forward, because they were dependent upon the other, whether you, Taurus, or the Aquarius. Hello. Then we got patience in the upright. So you could have been patient, Taurus, or this Aquarius could feel like they were patient with you. Maybe they felt like they had the inability to move forward because they couldn't afford to get a divorce because they were dependent upon you. Hello. So whoever this Aquarius is, they could now have the ability to get a divorce from you because they could have just gotten a new job or some sort of self-employment. They could have been establishing a business, trade, or a craft that they've mastered and been hard working on, and now they could be able to get a divorce from you. So maybe the only thing they felt was holding them back is the finances, to be able to not be dependent solely upon your finances, so that they could go ahead and file for a divorce if they've just been fed up with your resistance to change. And then we have the Ace of Swords in the upright. Pisces, Aquarius, Libra energy. So this Aquarius could have gained some sort of clarity when it came to you, or when it came to a situation, maybe when it came to a job, a business, trade, or a craft. So they could have gotten some new ideas and took action on whatever those ideas was, so that they will be able to have a victory and a breakthrough. So this could be their breakthrough, realizing that they're not stuck, that they do have the ability to move forward. So they could have needed strength to be able to do this, but now they are able to move forward, move to calmer waters, gain some sort of stability on their own. Hello. Any more from my Taurus's spirit? So we got standing your ground in the upright. So this Aquarius could feel like they needed to stand their ground against you, Taurus. Because they could feel like you were very protective or overprotective, but you were very defensive. So maybe they needed to assert themselves. Any more for my Taurus? Drop it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. And if it get an attitude. So it said if a nigga get an attitude. So maybe you always had an attitude with this person, Taurus. So maybe this Aquarius got tired of fighting with you. Maybe they felt like you were just too defensive towards them. So maybe you were looking to them more as opposition than your actual spouse. Anymore? Yes, you could get a read. You could contact me by email or the number that will be in the description. I don't know how y'all see it in the live, but if you aren't able to see the description of this video, you could wait till after the live and you'll be able to see it. But my email and number is listed, as well as the prices for the readings. But also my email is earthangel, the letter V, THA, God@gmail.com. So it's earthangelvthagod@gmail.com if you would like to email me. What else for my Tauruses? Any more, plenty more. What's the tea for me, for we? So we got budgeting in the reverse. So whoever this Aquarius is, they could be budgeting right now. They could have Capricorn in their chart. They could be dumping the old, letting go of people, possessions, and problems. So y'all could be trying to figure out who's going to get what when it comes to this divorce. So they could be ready to let go of the old. Maybe they're just tired of this marriage, tired of everything that it comes with, tired of the problems. So they could be wanting to just start over. Or this could be you, Taurus. You know how it goes for your situation. Could be you or this Aquarius feeling like this. Then we got foresight in the upright. So you could be gaining foresight on how to travel or where you want to travel to. So if this is you making a transition, Taurus, after this divorce, so maybe you plan on traveling out of the country after this divorce, or it could be this Aquarius, whoever it is, one of you guys are planning on traveling out of the country. Maybe you're tired of being in the U.S. and you want to move somewhere different. You're wanting to travel somewhere far away and start over. So you could be planning on how to do this, trying to budget, save up to do this. Maybe you feel like you'll have a brighter future somewhere else, somewhere you never been, somewhere different. So you feel like you'll be able to be more successful in a different country. What else for my Tauruses? Whew. So we got the sun in the reverse. So you could be wanting to make this change, Taurus, because you could not be enthused in the situation that you're in now or where you're at now. You could feel like the environment brings a lot of sadness. You could feel like you had unrealistic expectations where you are and who you were married to. So you could be feeling like the person you were married to were in their ego, or your wife, if you are a male Taurus, they could have been feeling like you were always in your ego, you were too conceited, you were doing a lot, repeating negative patterns. Maybe they feel like they had a miscarriage. So like I said, you could view this person as infertile, but they could be looking at it as they could have had this miscarriage or a stillbirth because they are always fighting with you, always arguing with you because of the negative patterns. And then we have Knight of Swords in the upright. So you could be one to make a big change, or, well, this is Aquarius energy. So this Aquarius is wanting to make a big change. Like I said, take an opportunity. Maybe they got a new job out of the country, in a different country, and they're wanting to take this opportunity. So not only are they letting this marriage go, wanting to free themselves from this marriage, they're wanting to travel to a different country to accept a job offer. So they could be really confident, really direct, and being bold. So they could be acting on an impulse and taking this opportunity. So maybe you're sad that this person is leaving, Taurus. So maybe you are realizing that you shouldn't have been in your ego. Maybe you thought that this person was going to stick around and deal with you and your negative patterns, your resistance to change. Maybe this person was waiting on you to change, having hope that you would change, but you never changed. So now they're like, I'm just ready to go now. So this person is just fed up, and they've just got to the point where they can't take it anymore and they just want out. So you could be sad right now. So we got marriage in the upright. So like I said, this is someone that you are married to. This Aquarius could have Pisces in their chart as well. So at one point in time, this could have been a happy marriage, a happy family. I don't know if y'all have kids together, and this person just all of a sudden couldn't carry full term anymore because of all the stress from the marriage. But at one point in time, it could have been happy. What else for my Tauruses? Any more, plenty more. What's the tea for me, for we? Ciao, boo. You ain't gotta be here, so deuces. And then we got rest in the upright. So you could be needing to rest, Taurus, or you could be just resting on things. You could be in fear, having anxiety, stressed out about the choice that this person has made, about the fact that they're accepting this opportunity to move away. So you could be mentally overloaded. And then we got the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. So you could have a Virgo also in your energy. As a mature, grounded woman or a businessman of a high social status, a social butterfly that's independent. You could be, after this divorce, maybe you're wanting to give a Virgo an opportunity suck my ick. Then we got the Empress in the reverse. So you could have been seeing this person as insecure, infertile, or like they had a lack of confidence, a lack of growth, like they were just too domineering and careless. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. So maybe you about to lose your mind, Taurus, because things ain't going the way you want them to. The fool up in there, up in here. So yeah, whoever this Virgo is, you could have been looking at them like they were the Empress in the reverse. Whole time they the Queen of Pentacles in the upright, very abundant, and have a abundant energy to them. Then we got the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So you could have been lying on this person, or Libra could have been lying on this person, which made you see them as the Empress in the reverse, or this Libra could have lied on this person and told you that they were this Empress in the reverse. So you could be realizing that this Libra was just lying, because you could be seeing that they're actually independent, they're actually abundant. Then we got the Hermit in the reverse. So you could be seeing this person as just to themselves, like they're withdrawn, antisocial, restricted. Maybe you're realizing that this person isn't wanting to talk to you, whoever this Virgo is. Maybe they were trying to tell you the truth about a situation and you just weren't listening. So you kept repeating negative patterns. What else for my Tauruses? Any more, plenty more. What's the tea for me, for we? So we got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So your will could be in a reverse, Taurus, because you could have done something to this Virgo. You could have tried to make them have bad luck, cause them to be in turmoil, cause them chaos, make them have a lack of control, because this Libra came to you and told you that they were an Empress in the reverse. So maybe you felt like you had to punish them in some sort of way, or make them pay for being an Empress in the reverse. Whole time it was a lie. So you could have just interfered in this person's life for no reason, pretty much, because you listened to a lie. So this could have brought you unwelcome change in return. So you attacking someone else could have caused you unwelcome change in your home, and that's why you could be getting a divorce. That's why your once a happy home is no longer a happy home, because you're too focused on negative patterns. You're too focused on interfering with someone else's life, all because a Libra lied to you about this person. Then we got moving on in the reverse. So you could have not wanted to move on from doing something to someone, trying to make them have bad luck. So because this Libra told you that they were the Empress in the reverse, maybe you saw them as such and wanted to pretty much, like I said, punish them for being this. When the whole time someone just wasn't accepting their destiny, trying to stagnate them. So someone could have lied on them, or multiple people could have lied on them just because they wanted to stagnate them. Maybe they knew that you had the power to do this, Taurus. So they just didn't want this person to live out their destiny or step into their destiny. So they had you doing work on this person to try to stagnate them. And now the backfire for you could be things crashing down in your home life. And then we have apathy in the upright. So you could be in regret, Taurus. You could be in regret for trying to get someone rejected from offers. Try to get them miss out on opportunities. You wanted them to be depressed. Now, you could have been working with a Cancer as well to try to make someone miss out on opportunities, make them depressed, bring a lot of chaos to them. Now, I don't know if you're a warlock or a practitioner of some sort, but you could be. And you could have been attacking someone's solar plexus so that they wouldn't have the willpower to keep going in regards to their destiny, so that they would remain stagnated. You could have also attacked their sacral chakra so that they wouldn't be able to create. So they could be a creator of some sort. As well as their third eye, you could have been attacking so that they wouldn't be able to see. You wanted to pretty much blind their intuition. Make sure nothing grew in their life. Like I said, you just wanted them to have bad luck. But now as a backfire, you're getting bad luck. And you could be losing your marriage because of this. Any more from my Taurus? Damn. Hello. So we got pain in the upright. So yeah, you could have tried to cause someone a lot of pain right along with this Cancer and this Libra and a Pisces. So you could have been in a society or with a social group of people who didn't believe in the same thing as this person, or didn't believe that they were an empress or what their destiny was. Y'all didn't believe in what their destiny was. So y'all attacked this person. Could have tried to break their heart, cause them a lot of betrayal. Could have tried to alienate this person to cause them pain, thinking that if they were by themselves, that they would be focused on the pain, focused on the betrayal, and not their destiny, so that they could become this Queen of Pentacles. So maybe you didn't want this Queen of Pentacles, or this group didn't want this Queen of Pentacles to be independent. Y'all wanted this person to be dependent upon others. So we got choice in the reverse. So you could be fearing change at this time, Taurus. So maybe you're used to being with your wife, used to being in a home with this person. And now, since you're about to get a divorce, you could be fearing this change. So you could be feeling like your choices are restricted. Maybe you're indecisive on how you could fix this or stop this person from moving forward. Because you don't want them to move forward. You don't want them to leave, but you don't want to change either. So maybe you know that you brought your wife, your spouse, a lot of heartbreak as well, a lot of betrayal because you chose to focus on somebody outside of your marriage and trying to tear their life apart. Whole time you put your wife on the back burner or your spouse on the back burner. Maybe this person gave you the choice to stop and you didn't. So maybe you didn't want to stop. And that's why your wife is wanting to leave or your spouse is wanting to leave. Because they could have given you the ultimatum. Either you stop focusing on this person, doing this to this person, or I'm leaving. And you could have chose to continue to do this to this person. Then we got the Chariot in the reverse. Hold on, y'all. Because I like when people put their foot in their mouths. See, people be trying to troll because they don't want you to focus on what you're doing, but it's cool. But anyways, hello. Like I was saying, all right, King of Cups in the upright. Oh, I did say the Chariot in the reverse, though. So, like I said, your spouse could be very assertive at this time and what they're wanting to do, what they wanted from you, and you chose not to listen. You chose to have a lack of direction, a lack of self control, because you were too focused on trying to make someone powerless, and you were very aggressive at doing that, Taurus. Now, because your wife is ready to leave, they done served you the papers, them divorce papers. Now you're wanting to be in this King of Cups energy. Focus on your actual spouse. Be this mature, compassionate male, caring, empathetic, forgiving, family oriented, when that's what they've been asking of you, but instead of you doing what you're supposed to do in your household, you chose to focus on someone outside of your household. Now, I don't know if you got paid to start attacking someone and you just put your focus all on that person. So maybe you realized with you attacking them that you weren't getting the job done. So you just kept attacking this person, kept attacking this person to be able to fulfill the need of whatever or the want of whatever these people that came to you to get this work done wanted you to do. So you could have not realized that the work that you were doing on the person just wasn't working because you were being told lies the whole time. So you wasn't realizing that spirit was just trying to see if you were going to focus on your household instead of indulge in doing this work. So now you could be losing things could be, there could be unwelcome change in your life because you try to cause unwelcome change for someone else when your focus should have been on your spouse and on your household, on your kids. Child, boo, get off my page. The Lovers in the reverse. You are mad, ho. Anyways, so you could be dealing with someone who is now having trust issues or have trust issues because of what all you've been indulging in, all the conflict that you have put them in. Maybe you have multiple lovers, Taurus, but you come off like you're so committed, like you believe in marriage. So you could be in a whole marriage, but you're non-committal. So you could have caused your spouse to have trust issues because you're nothing but a liar as well. You come off like you're all for the marriage, but whole time you so focused on people that's outside of your marriage. So you only give a fuck about your marriage, about your spouse once they're ready to leave. And that's when you all of a sudden care. That's when you want to put the work in. Then we got strength in the reverse. So you could have thought that someone was vulnerable or that they would be vulnerable, that they would be too weak to leave. Like their self-esteem will be too low. So maybe you felt like you done so much to break your spouse down or cause so much trust issues to the point where they will feel too inadequate to leave. Then we got recognition in the reverse. So you could be upset not only because your spouse wants to leave you, but also too because you couldn't cause someone to be a failure when it came to them getting recognition. So you could feel like you're at a disadvantage because not only were you able to succeed at the work that you were doing on someone to cause them to not step into their destiny, get recognition, but you're also losing your marriage. So you could feel like you're at a disadvantage. All because you wanted to be focused on having ill intentions for someone. Then we have the Page of Cups in the reverse. So you could have suffered from childhood problems, sexual abuse. So maybe you could be trying to tell your spouse this is why you are the way that you are. So you could be trying to give a sob story to your spouse to get them to stay because you don't want them to leave. So you could be telling them that you focus on negative patterns, or you're too stuck in negative patterns, you're non-committal because you've been abused as a child. So you're incapable of fulfilling someone. Then we got the isolation in the reverse. And I'm married since I know that's right. It damn sure don't. So we got isolation in a reverse. So like I said, your spouse is wanting to free themselves. They're wanting to release, or now you're wanting to release control over someone's destiny, or trying to get them to move away from their destiny. So, to where you once wanted control over this person's destiny, you could be releasing this control because you're realizing that it's having an effect in your life instead of theirs. What else from my Taurus's spirit? Any more, plenty more. What's the tea for me, for we? So we got Dark Night of the Soul in the reverse. So Taurus, you are not healing from your past traumas. So even though you were sexually abused as a child, you never healed from that. So maybe you rejected going through the dark night of the soul. So you never healed. So although that could be the truth on why you do the things that you do, why you're non-committal, even though you're in a whole marriage, it's still not an excuse. Because you're only using that because your spouse wants to leave you. And we got cuffing season in the upright. So you could be ready, about to be single and ready to mingle because your spouse about to leave you. So you could be getting out of this marriage and wanting to jump right into another relationship and haven't even healed. So you don't want to heal. You just want to jump right into something else. Then we got the high priestess and the upright. So you could have been trying to take a high priestess off of their destiny, off of their path, because you know that they're very intuitive. Or there could have been people that came to you to do work on this person, to attack this person, because they knew that they were intuitive. They knew that they were someone that receives downloads straight from the source. Then we got strength in the upright. So you could see that this person was able to remain strong through whatever you were throwing at them, or however y'all was trying to keep them stagnant. So they could have been going through a transformation to be this high priestess. Then we have love bombing. So you could be love bombing this person. Failed Disney's one. Yeah, that's what they do. Because it's definitely a society, a cult of people that wanted to stop someone's destiny, pretty much. So you could be love bombing your spouse right now, trying to be overly attentive, shower them with affection, but only for your personal gain because you don't want them to leave, but you're not going to change either. And we got brick wall in the upright. So your spouse could feel like it's a brick wall when trying to get through to you, because you could be very defensive towards them, very guarded. And you like to focus on other shit outside of your marriage, Taurus. So we got bonding in the reverse. You don't bond with your spouse. You don't bond with your children. So you can have 2 children at home right along with your spouse, and you don't bond with them because you be too focused on outside things. And we got harmony in the upright. So now you can want to balance things out. Now that you're about to lose out. Then we got tree of life. So you could be realizing that this high priestess that you tried to block from their destiny, that they're getting infinite possibilities, that they're connecting to the divine within them and all around them. So now that nothing went your way when it came to in your marriage as well as outside of your marriage, now you're wanting to balance things out, bring peace to everyone. Definitely. And it always is. Always is. These attacking assholes, they don't stop. They do not stop. That's their job, or at least that's what they feel like is their job. What else for the Taurus? Any more, plenty more. What's the tea for me, for we? What's the tea, Spirit? So we got tiptoeing in the upright. So yeah, Taurus, you could have been avoiding getting caught. You could have been acting shady to a lot of people, sneaking around your spouse, sneaking around trying to attack someone and their destiny, all because you didn't want them to be able to break generational curses. Y'all knew that they had the ability to break all curses on their lineage, and you were brought in to try to stop them right along with this society that you're in. Or maybe they feel like you were more powerful out of everybody else in this society to be able to attack this person to stop their destiny, but you were unsuccessful. And that's why you're feeling like a failure, feeling like a disgrace, because you had ill intentions for someone that still rose to the occasion. Any more for the Taurus? Any more spirits? So we got bye Felicia in the reverse. So like I said, you're not wanting your spouse to leave you. You're not wanting them to go. You're just not. Even though you know you was being sneaky. You know you're not willing to change, but you don't want this person to leave, like I said. So you're trying to hold on to this person. Now, if it's not that, if this is someone that you became interested in because you've been attacking them and you've been seeing how resilient that they are and that they still keep getting through these attacks, you could have fell in love with this person or had grew a liking to this person, and you cannot be caring about you getting a divorce or your spouse wanting to divorce you, because you could still be too focused on this person. Yeah, like I said, you could be swept up head over heels for a person that you've been attacking. So you could have fell in love with this person off of attacking them. This is how focused you've been on this person, to the point where you fell in love with them and now you have intense emotions for them. And we got divine love, give and take. So you feel like this is a divine love of yours. What? But you attack them. That's crazy work. So now you could want to give them give and take. So like I said, you could be getting out of a marriage and wanting to jump right into another marriage or a relationship. Then we got extra in the reverse. So you could have been being dramatic, trying too hard, starting shit as well. Now you don't want to start shit. Now you don't want to be dramatic. You want to actually be fair to this person now. Maybe you feel like if you were to give them love, to give them an equal give and take, that it will balance out the fact that you've been trying to destroy their destiny, take them off their path, attack them constantly. So you feel like that will make up for that. And we got paranoid in the reverse. So like I said, at one point you could have viewed them as this empress in a reverse. You thought that they were insecure. You thought that they were guarded. And they were just paranoid. Whole time they're a whole high priestess. They're not paranoid. They are who they say they are. And you could be seeing this for yourself. And that's what made you fall in love. The fact that you saw the truth about this person and not what these people are part of your society or this social group of people told you about this person. So we have Fuego in the reverse as well. So if there was chemistry between you and this person, there isn't any chemistry anymore. Maybe you could think that it's chemistry while this other person don't think it's chemistry. They don't want intense passion with you. Things aren't heating up because this person isn't interested in someone that was attacking them, someone that wanted to take them off their path, not wanting them to live in their destiny. What else for my Taurus, this spirit? What else for Taurus? Any more, plenty more. What's the tea for me, for we? So we got marriage proposal in the reverse. So yeah, this person is not going to be accepting your proposal if you try and come and propose marriage to them to try and give them an equal give and take, because you did too much, Taurus. And then you just coming out of another marriage. So you can't come and propose to this person and think that you're going to get your way. You're not going to get your way. It's going to be a no. This person don't want to marry someone that's been attacking them. Shit, I wouldn't advise them to either. Shit. Like, what the hell? And we got loyalty in the upright. So now you can want to be loyal to this person after being disloyal. So you could want to come off like you're trustworthy. You could be trusted now, that you want to be friends now. Maybe you want to say that you want to be friends with this person first, so that they could see that you could be caring towards them, that it will be a caring connection. Because now, after attacking them, trying to get them off their path so that they won't live in their destiny or carry out their destiny, now you have their best interest. So we have machismo. So yeah, you could be a prideful masculine. You could be very toxic, and you think that you meet every woman's expectations in a man. So you think that this is going to work. You come into someone promising loyalty, promising friendship, that it's going to get your foot in the door, that they're just going to say, okay, fuck the part that you are attacking me and trying to get me off my path, trying to slander my name, make it seem like I'm an empress in a reverse. Yeah, I'll say yes. No, I think the fuck not. She was paid Jezebel handler. Wow. Any more? Whoa. Wowski, yoski. So we got ancestral protection. So this person could be getting shielded and protected from your psychic attacks Taurus, and blockages could be getting cleared away. So this is why they're stepping into this time of prosperity, wealth, luxury, because y'all are not able to access their gifts and healing abilities. And because you're not able to access their gifts and healing abilities, this could be why you're wanting to come in and marry them just so you could get access. Then we got your throne awaits any upright. So they could be stepping on their throne. They are a god or a goddess. They are a high priestess. Even though you try to stop them from taking their seat on their throne. And then we got made man in the reverse. So you are not self-made, Taurus. You're not a leader. You're not a businessman. And if you are a businessman, you're very corrupt. Because you're in the business of attacking people, trying to destiny swap or take them off their path. Now, you could be the leader of this society or this social group, and this is why everybody go to you to get work done, or if they can't do the work themselves, they go to you. But you're a corrupt leader. Then we got graduation day in the reverse. So you didn't level up, Taurus, because you haven't learned lessons. You're still resistant to change. You're still repeating negative patterns. Even though you did something on repeat when it came to attacking this person, you're still wanting to come in, try to marry them so you could continue on attacking them. Continue to try to get them off their path, even though you know that it didn't work. So now you wanting to marry them just to get close to them to do the same thing. Then we got light bulb moment in the reverse. So you don't have any insight. You're not feeling inspired at this time, even though you're still wanting to try. So you could know that this isn't going to work. Facts. So maybe you feel like because you lost your spouse that this is the only choice that you have. This could be why you feel restricted in your choices as well. Maybe you feel like you don't have any choice but to try to come and marry this person so that you could stay attached to their energy, or so that you could get them off their path, or try to swap destinies. So maybe your business is failing as well. If you are a businessman, your business could be failing because you decided to attack someone. Try to make sure that they wasn't able to grow, wasn't able to move forward. And now this could be happening to you. So things could just be backfiring on you. Hello. Any more for my Tauruses? Any more spirits for my Taurus? Now we got status symbol in the reverse. So if you think you're going to come in because you think that somebody is someone who goes for status symbols and not substance, you're wrong. This is why you're going to get rejected. They're going to say no to this marriage because they're actually somebody that focuses on substance or go for people of substance. They actually feel very whole within themselves. They're not empty inside. So they're not just going to accept any old offer. And this could be bringing you inner turmoil because you know that it's not going to work, but you're still wanting to try because everything is failing for you. So you feel like your only hope is this person. They may be smiling on the outside, but they are spiraling on the inside, pretending everything's fine, but it has become its own crisis. Then we have unsent texts. Hello. Thank you. Blessings to you as well. So yeah, you may be trying to message this person, but you could be typing up the message and deleting it, fearing what they will say. Maybe this person haven't spoken to you in a while and you feel like the silence is saying everything. So like I said, you could know that this isn't going to work, but you feel like you have to. So you could be trying to figure out what exactly you're even going to fucking say to get this started. New devil. I know. It's always new levels, new devils. They don't stop. No sleep for the wicked. Thank you. And then we have making bank in the reverse. So like I said, you could be losing money. So if you have a business, this business could be losing money as a backfire. Maybe you thought that you were be able to make bank off of this person if you were able to get this done, but it's in return, because of who you chose to attack, a high priestess, you're getting constant backfires in your home life, family life, with your money. Everything is going downhill for you, Taurus, all because of what you decided to do. And then we have secret affair. So you could have had a secret affair with someone or wanted to have a secret affair with someone, and they could have not been with having a secret affair with you, and you could have gotten upset about this. Any more for my Tauruses? Any more, plenty more. What's the tea for me, for we, for my Tauruses? So we got lies detected. So yeah, everybody know, or this person knows, that you'll just be trying to lie to get your way. They already know that you coming in lying. So if you come towards this person, your lie is going to be detected from the gate. A version of the truth was offered, but it's curated, calculated, or conveniently incomplete. So like I said, before you even come, because they're so intuitive, because they're a high priestess, they can see you coming from a mile away, and they know that you're going to lie just to try and get your way. So they're already expecting this. They looking just like this. Let's see what this nigga got to say. And we got invite only. So yeah, you could be wanting to, like I said, propose to them. You could be trying to invite them into this inner circle of being a part of your society. So you want them a part of this society. So if you feel like this person detects your lies, once you come in trying to act like you want to offer them an equal give and take, you want to get married to them, and if they detect these lies, you're then going to try to offer them to be a part of this society of doing this shit to people. Hello. But I still think it's going to be a no. I hear that. I call judgment as well. Call judgment on these hoes. Hello. Then we got sober life in the reverse. So Taurus, you could be dealing with addictions at this time. You don't live a sober life. So maybe you don't have the ability to see because you're so focused on some addictions that you may have. Maybe you didn't want this person to live a sober life because you feel like with them living a sober life that they're able to see clearer, that there's no distractions in their life right now because they're living a sober life. Hello. Hey, hey. Then we got family feud in the upright. So you could be feuding with your family right now, or there could be families feuding right now, going back and forth about what's going on. Sometimes blood is thicker than water, and sometimes it's just thicker with drama, judgment, and silent grudges. So you could be getting judged towards because you weren't focused on your family, on your spouse, on your marriage. You were just too busy focused on drama, focused on someone else, trying to hold a silent grudge against someone else because your attacks didn't work. What you set out to do didn't work. So now you could be feuding with your family. Your family could be feuding with your spouse's family. Everybody could be feuding right now. Then we have going viral. So y'all could be watching someone going viral, or there could be a big fight that blows up in a family that's going to go viral. Visibility is off the charts and the energy is contagious. This moment has reach, reactions, and recognition. So either a big fight is going to go viral, or y'all could be watching, y'all could be feuding these families that came up against someone, or families that was destroyed because of the focus on someone else. Y'all could be fighting because y'all could be watching someone go viral that y'all tried to stop. Yeah, them Tauruses do be liars. Hell yeah. Them Tauruses definitely be. So we got expecting. So maybe there's a family feuding because someone could be expecting, or they could think that someone's still expecting whole time they had a miscarriage. So a new life is forming, ready or not. This changes the vibe, the stakes, and the whole storyline. So maybe this family thought that this person was still pregnant, but they had a miscarriage. So they could be feuding about this as well. Then we have burning bridges in the reverse. So you can no longer want to burn a bridge with someone, Taurus, after the damage was already done. You could be hoping that you could fix things. And we have dirty laundry in the reverse. Soon to be ex-husband. Yeah, Geminis ain't all that either. But yeah, we got dirty laundry in the reverse. So maybe y'all thought that this person, this high priestess, had dirty laundry of being pregnant by someone as well. But we got dirty laundry in the reverse. So they're not pregnant. So maybe y'all thought that y'all would be able to dig up dirt on this person. They thought they'd bury it deep, but old messes have a way of resurfacing. This one's messy enough to leave a stain. So y'all could have been going around, or people could have been going around saying that this person was pregnant just so that they could have dirty laundry on them. Maybe you wanted to get this person pregnant. That's why you wanted them to be in a secret affair with you, Taurus, to get them pregnant, just so you could say that you had dirty laundry on this person, trying to make it seem like they were intervening in your marriage. So you could have also did that to try and tarnish their name, to try and make them seem like they were this empress in a reverse. So any way that you could get them to be in a secret affair with you, you try to do so that you could get them pregnant, just to say that they were intervening or interfering in your marriage. And they're not this high priestess any upright because they indulge or interfere in people's marriages. They're this empress in the reverse. Whole time it's a lie. Whole time you couldn't get them to indulge in a secret affair with you. Hello. I'm going to pull some of mine and then I'm going to end this reading. They always be trying to come back. Any more for the Taurus? Alright, so we got planning a surprise birthday party. So if someone's birthday is coming up, you could be trying to plan a surprise birthday party. We did have Virgo out here, so you could be trying to and we had Leo out here as well. So you could be trying to plan a surprise birthday for either a Leo or a Virgo. Then we have greed. So you could have done this because you're full of greed. And we have two can play that game. So like I said, you could have wanted to get back at someone for something. Then we have big breasts. Someone could have big breasts, whether you Taurus or someone that you're dealing with. You could be a Taurus male. And there could also be a Taurus black woman with the name Bree. Or this could be short for their name. They could have a heart condition, or you could have a heart condition, Taurus. We got fishing. You could have recently went fishing, or you could just be fishing for information to try to feel like you got dirty laundry on somebody, but you don't. You need to redirect your energy because you're worried about the wrong shit. And we have someone short. So you could be short, Taurus, as well. I'm not going limp. My birthday is coming up. Oh, well, happy early birthday. And we have dying inside. So like I said, you're in inner turmoil, Taurus. You could be dying inside because things just ain't going the way that you thought that they would. And we got Outback. You could have recently ate at Outback, or you could have planted something out back of your house. This could be some sort of work that you were doing on someone. You could have buried it out back of your home. And then we have new phone. So you could be getting a new phone as well. Any last messages for my Tauruses, Spirit? Damn. And we got owns a bar. So you could own a bar, Taurus. Like I said, business may not be going so well because of you attacking someone else. And we have wants you to have a record, so you would be limited and stuck. So you wanted someone to have a record so that they would be stagnated. So that could have been part of the plot. Then we have a Gemini, Spanish woman could be involved. They could be dealing with a comedian, or you could be a comedian, Taurus, dealing with a Gemini, Spanish woman. You could be an Instagram influencer, or this Gemini Spanish woman that you deal with, Ken. Then we have only wants to use you. So like I said, you could be trying to go towards someone just so that you could use them. But jealousy is at an all-time high. Then we have December. So you could want to go towards someone in the month of December, or you could be dealing with someone born in the month of December. We did have fire sign energy out here. So could be a Sagittarius or a Capricorn as well. But they could be a karmic feminine. So whoever this Capricorn or this Sagittarius is, they are a karmic feminine. And we have flood. So you could witness a flood, or there could be flooding in your area. You could be a bartender as well, or you could bartend at your bar that you own, or you could be looking for a bartender. And we got grand opening. So yeah, like I said, you could be having a grand opening looking for a bartender. So you could be just now opening this bar. You're welcome. Aw, that's what's up. And we got water damage. So like I said, if there's a flood, be careful because you may suffer water damage. Could be to your home. Could be watch your devices as well. Someone named could be Jakayla. Then we got funerals. So someone could be passing away as well. Someone named Jakayla could be passing away. So Taurus, you could be going to a funeral. You could be someone that likes your Sprite dirty. So you like to spike your Sprites. Then we have cabin. So you could be going to a cabin, or you could be staying in a cabin right now. Someone named could be Joey as well. But yeah, that's all I have for you Tauruses. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe. Anybody wanting a personal read, have any questions, would like to have an event session, or would like to donate, that information will be in the description below this video. But anyways, I hope y'all have a good rest of the morning or night, whatever you want to call this time a day. But you're welcome. Deuces, you means. I holla, 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 holla.